Hello guys, so I'd like us to look at how to expand this using De Moivre's theorem. Now, we already looked at how to get such types of expansion using De Moivre's theorem, and we said that there are key things that you need to note. You need to know that 2 cos theta is equal to z plus 1 over z, such that whenever you need to carry out expansion of this raised to power n, it's the same as you just raising this to power n. And you also need to know that 2j sine theta is the same as z minus 1 over z, such that anytime you need a sine function that has been raised to the power of anything, then the expansion you're carrying out is this. And then also, in order for us to regroup after we are done expanding, you need to know that if you have z raised to power n plus 1 over z raised to power n, then this is the same as 2 cos n theta. And also z raised to power n minus 1 over z raised to power n is the same as 2j sine n theta. So these are important things to note when carrying out this kind of expansion, all from the De Moivre's theorem. Now, let's start. So we are going to use this. I'm going to take 2j sine theta, which is equal to z minus 1 over z. And since I want sine raised to power 5, I am going to raise this to power 5 and also raise this to power 5. This function here is what is going to give me my sine raised to power 5 theta. Now, here I have 2 raised to power 5, j raised to power 5, and sine raised to power 5 theta is equal to, I carry out my expansion on this side. I can write this as z plus minus 1 over z raised to power 5. Okay, so this is z raised to power 5 using binomial theorem, z raised to power 4. Then I have this as minus 1 over z plus 5 for z raised to power 3 minus 1 over z squared, all this divided by 2 factorial, plus 5 4 3 z squared minus 1 over z raised to power 3, all this divided by 3 factorial, plus 5 4 3 2 z raised to power 1 minus 1 over z raised to power 4, all this divided by 4 factorial, plus 5 4 3 2 1, z is now raised to power 0, which is just the same as 1. Any number raised to power 0 is 1. So I have minus 1 over z is raised to power 5, all this divided by 5 factorial. So what you're going to do is we are going to simplify the expression and make sine raised to power 5 theta the subject of the formula. So 2 raised to power 5, we have that as 32. So 32, then j raised to power 5, that will be j sine to power 5 theta. This is equal to z raised to power 5. This will give me a minus, this term here because of this minus. So I'll have minus. I have a z here, will cancel with 1z. So I have z raised to power 3. So here I will have 5z raised to power 3. Then minus 1 over z squared, there will be a positive. There are 2 z's here, because if you open this up, you get z squared. We'll go with 2z, you remain with 1z there. So 5, 4, we have a 2 factorial here, which is canceling with 2 here, so that you get plus 10z. Then here 3 factorial is the same as 6. So this will cancel with 3 and cancel with 2 here. So this and this will give me 10. Since this is minus 1 over z cubed, we will have a minus here. And then here we have a z raised to power 2 on top and z raised to power 3. So z raised to power 2 will go with z raised, then we remain with 1z down here. So that will be minus 10. That will give us minus 10 over z. Then this term here, 4 factorial is the same as 24. So this will go with 4, 3, and 2. This will give us a positive minus 1 over z raised to power 4. And then we have a 5 here. So this will be plus, there's a z here. So it will cancel with 1z. We will remain with z raised to power 3. So you'll have plus 5 over z raised to power 3. And finally, since this is raised to the power 5, it will be a minus. 5 factorial is the same as 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So that cancels with that. And then we remain with minus 1 over z raised to power 5. Now I am going to regroup the ones that have power 5, power 3, power 1, put them together. So I have here 32j sine raised to power 5 theta is equal to z raised to power 5 minus 1 over z raised to power 5, because I know this 2 will give me a sine function, some sine function. Then I take this and this, so I have minus 5z cubed plus 5, all this divided by z cubed. Then I take this and this, that is plus 10z minus 10 over z. What is left? So I've taken this, I've taken this, I've taken this, I've taken everything. Now this 2 will give me some sine function. If I rewrite this nicely so that I factor out the negative, this will also give me some sine function. If I factor out the negative here, this will also give me some sine function. So let's rewrite them so that we are able to see. This is 32j sine raised to power 5 theta is equal to z raised to power 5 minus 1 over z raised to power 5. Come back here. We said that z raised to power n minus 1 over z raised to power n here is equal to 2j sine n theta. So this right here is what we are using. So if we have this raised to power 5, this will also be 5. So we'll have 2j sine 5 theta. So this will give me 2j sine 5 theta. And then I can factor out minus 5 here so that I have z cubed minus 1 over z cubed. And here I can factor out minus 10 so that I have, actually I can factor out 10, so plus 10. If I factor out plus 10, I will have z minus 1 over z. So this right here, this is going to give me z raised to power 3 minus 1 over z raised to power 3. So I'm going to check again on the signs because I feel like, let's look at this expansion again, the one that gave us plus 10z here, this term right here. So this is 1, 2, 3, the third term, 1, 2, 3. So evaluating this was giving us supposed to be positive, so it's just okay. And then this other one, this one, so this is minus, so this is also okay. Okay, fine. So this gives 2j sine 5 theta minus 5. This will give 2j sine 3 theta plus 10. Then this will give 2j sine theta. Guys, remember what we wanted was sine raised to power 5 theta. So on this side, we have 32j sine raised to power 5 theta. So make sine to power 5 theta the subject of the formula. We'll have sine to power 5 theta is equal to divide by 32j on both sides. So I'll have 1 over 32j into 2j sine 5 theta minus 10j sine 3 theta plus 20j sine theta. Then open the brackets. So I want to look at what we had. We were told to prove that it is equal to, so we're supposed to leave 1 over 16 outside. So this is equal to, so if you open this bracket, you will have here 1 over 16 sine of 5 theta minus, if you cancel j and j, this will give you 5/16 sine of 3 theta, and then plus j and j cancels out, you have 10/16 sine theta. So our sine raised to power 5 theta is hence equal to, factor out 1/16, you have sine 5 theta minus 5 sine 3 theta plus 10 sine theta. And is that what we were told to prove? So sine 5 theta minus 5 sine 3 theta plus 10 sine theta. Hence the proof. That's how you go about it.